question number one. If you had two products and had to ask one question of users to determine which they preferred more, what would you ask? It depends. It depends on the product, and it depends on what exactly it is I'm trying to find out. Because I think it's a big difference if I'm doing usability research or if I'm doing market research. It's a big difference if I'm trying to find out users' preferences regarding design's aesthetics, or if I'm trying to find out preferences regarding a specific function. I think it's really important to pay special attention to the wording when conducting preference tests like this, because it can have a huge impact on the outcome, on the data. So that's why, I can't answer this question in general, because it just really depends. Second question, how do you evaluate a design? So to me, a great design is when it allows me to solve a problem quickly, effectively, intuitively, without any frictions, without me having to think about it much or at all, and ideally in an enjoyable way, aesthetically pleasing. And so to find out if this applies to something that I've designed, I'd conduct several different usability tests. And also what I like to use is design principles as a guideline, for example from Jakob Nielsen, who's created these design heuristics, where I can check if I've thought of everything. Like, for example, if the user is able to recover from an error, or if the system status is visible, and so on. So that's something I like to use when designing myself or when evaluating design. Next question, what kind of data have you used to validate a design? So I've used both qualitative and quantitative data, depending on the interest, depending on what's relevant for different stakeholders involved in the project, including myself as a designer, and obviously the users. And the last question is, where are there usability testing methods you already have experience in? If so, explain. Yes, so I have conducted moderated in-person usability tests as well as remotely. I've done card sorting sessions to find out what categories make sense to users, and what priorities are logical, and so on. And I've also done preference A/B testing later on in the design process in order to find out which solutions work best for specific problems. So I have gained some experience in different usability testing methods. This was the last question. Yes, thank you. Ciao.